groovy.
Yoo-hoo, and thanks for tuning in to another cult horror movie review. 1957, we're in the second half of the golden decade of science fiction. By this point, audiences have already seen their fair share of giant monster movies, and in a lot of way, 20 Million Miles to Earth could have very well been a derivative and forgettable monster flick. But it's not, and this week, we're gonna find out why. But just before we get going, if there's a cult horror movie you'd like me to review, just leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, let me know your thoughts and feelings on 20 Million Miles to Earth. Alright, so most of you have probably guessed it by now. The movie involves the exploration of space. A rocket ship coming back from Venus crashes into the waters next to a small coastal village in southern Italy.
Venus?
The planet Venus?
To Venice. Perhaps you mean Venezia.
To Venus, the planet Venus.
Only one survivor makes it out, and a strange cylinder. It contains a small humanoid lizard creature which was brought back by the expedition crew, but it doesn't stay small for very long. It soon escapes and wreaks havoc on the people of Rome and the Italian countryside. Now, why did I say this could have largely gone unnoticed? Well, first of all, let's be honest. At this point, monster movies were being pumped out by the dozen. The concept was nothing new, which in itself is not a bad thing, but it's gotta be done right in order to be entertaining. And the characters were totally disposable, honestly. That's a thing where the writers should have worked on more, because we don't know anything about them. Motivations, goals in life, personality, nah, none of that. In fact, I sometimes even got the characters mixed up. No, the star of the movie is nobody else than the Ymir itself. And by the way, I have no idea why people call this lizard monster the Ymir, because the term actually makes reference to a creature of Norse mythology. In other words, this thing is light years away from resembling anything close to that. But anyways, the special stop-motion effects are done by the legendary Ray Harryhausen, and they are fantastic! This is why everybody watches the movie. I think that even for today, the stop-motion animation is pretty good compared to a lot of other monster movies that used the same kind of effects. Harryhausen paid careful attention to the details in the movements and in its facial expressions. While I wouldn't put 20 Million Miles to Earth at the top of the best sci-fi films of the 50s, it ironically features one of Harryhausen's best works, I think. Even the spaceship falling down into the ocean is very well done. Oh yeah, and rest in peace to that elephant. Now, he never received any credit for this, but Harryhausen co-wrote the script. The story was supposed to take place in Chicago, and the rocket ship was set to crash in Michigan Lake. But Harryhausen made some last-minute changes, and decided to make the plot take place in Italy, because he had always wanted to visit the country, but could never afford it at the time. I think the Italian landscapes look pretty good, and they're another perk of this film. It's one of the few 1950s sci-fi B-movies that almost fully take place abroad and was actually filmed and produced abroad, not a movie shot on some shitty soundstage inside a studio somewhere to make it look like it's taking place in another country. Yeah, I'm looking at you, voodoo woman. So there you go. Overall, I thought this film was a decent entry into the realm of 50s sci-fi. It's not reinventing the wheel in any way, but it's got some beautiful landscapes and some darn good special effects. So I would advise all you sci-fi horror buffs to give this one a look.